Welcome, guys, to the first Grimm Tales action back in action, okay? We are back, and I'm happy. It has been a while since I've been able to sit here and talk horror movies with you guys, and it has sucked. So now we are back with Grimm Tales Deep Cuts. I know, I've gotten some messages, why not the podcast? Well, VC Lauren had to step away. Nothing, no bad, no hard feelings or anything. He had to step away for his personal reasons. Maybe he'll be back in some way, form, but not a co-hosting form. So we figured we didn't want to do the podcast without VC Lauren. So we decided we still want to do Grimm Tales. What can we do? So Deep Cuts it is. Deep Cuts will be doing very similar things to the podcast in mild variations. So we will be talking about key points of the movie, budgets, and stuff like that. We will also have our scoring system at the end. Some things have changed with that. We'll be doing acting, we'll be doing story, we'll be doing pacing, we'll be doing the gore score, because we can't have Grimm Tales gore. We can't have Grimm Tales without the Grimm Tales gore score. And then, of course, we do production. We will not be doing the woke meter anymore. Woke meter is not necessary. Not because we don't have to. If a movie is loaded with it, we will absolutely let you know. We just don't feel that it is necessary for a scoring system for it. So that has been gone. And then, of course, we have our overall scoring system. And it works the same exact way as it always did. 1 through 5 for the others, and then 1 through 10 for the major overall score. And then we have our seal, and we have our pile. If the seal is necessary, that means if it's over a 10, we'll give it a seal. If it is below a 1, we'll give it a pile. Okay, same works almost the same way as before. It's not going to be as long as it once was. The show is going to be a little shorter now. We don't really have a person to back, we're not really going to be going back and forth. So when it's just me, it'll be a fairly shorter show. But that doesn't mean some of the things that are different. Sometimes we will have random guests on the show. You could be one of them. If you want to talk horror movies with me for 10 minutes on a show, let me know. Hit the email, go to the website. You see it on screen, go to it. The email information's there. Hit us up and say, we want to talk to you horror movies, okay? We want to get on Grimm Tales, and maybe you can be on the show. And then we'll air that on a Grimm Tales Deep Cuts episode, all right? That's an option. That is another one of the things that are new. We will also occasionally on this show be talking about upcoming horror movies and stuff that we would like, things we're looking forward to seeing, movies that maybe we haven't done a show on that we're going to do a show on. So we want to talk about that. So, and then of course we'll occasionally do our polls, our top 10s and stuff like that. So some things have changed, some things are different. I mean, so yeah, some things have changed, some things are staying the same. Okay. But we are back. Again, I'm a little flustered. It's been a while since I've been actually be able to sit here and talk to you guys. A little out of practice, I guess, other than the live shows, but that's a little different. But we are here now, and we are going to be talking movies. And what other movie to start off than Terrifier 3? That is what we're talking tonight. And as you're watching this, Christmas is in a few days, guys. It is in a few days. So what other better way to start Grimm Tales Deep Cuts off than Terrifier 3? I think we got a lot to talk about within our reasonable amount of time. So I'm looking forward to talking Terrifier 3 with you guys tonight. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with everything that we do here on the YouTube channel and everywhere else. Make sure to follow, like, and all that stuff. It's very important. It helps out the channels. Pass it around. Tell your friends. Get over to the merch store if you haven't already. Check it out. The Hueless Vision site is where that all is. Check it out. You see it at the top. Go to it. It's all there. You'll also be able to watch this show and other shows and other live performances, stuff that I do on the Hueless Vision. If you want to know why Hueless Vision is what it is and not Noble, all that information is over on the website. I don't want to waste your time in this video like I already am, because it's going to be a little more of a quicker intro as shows go on. But this is the first episode, so I wanted to make sure I got some things out of the way. But without further wasting any time, I want to talk Terrifier 3. Let's talk about this fucking film, guys. Let's talk about it, all right? Because we anticipated this. And now, mind you, we will talk either with guests or with just me on Terrifier 2 and Terrifier. We will revisit some of the movies because it's slightly different, and I know some of you guys probably never watched the podcast, so we're going to probably revisit them as time goes on. But we anticipated this film because, oh my God, Terrifier 2 left us with so much questions and so many things we were wondering how, if they could even top the second one. And did they? Oh my God, did they? It is insane how far they've been able to go from this, because you watch the first film, the Terrifier one. Now, mind you, we're not discussing the Ninth Circle or the Terrifier short or even All Hallows Eve. Okay, we're not talking them ones. Those are, even though yes, those have art in it, we're only specifically talking the Terrifier films right now. We'll do a whole nother segment on those individual films. Tonight we're just talking Terrifier, specifically Terrifier 3. I'm only bringing up the old ones because I need to reference this one. When we watched the first one, we were like, holy shit, haven't seen this amount of violence in a horror movie and this much of not giving a fuck in a long time. How can they top that? Then the second one came along. The only problem with the first one was it wasn't really full of story. There wasn't really much going on in the narrative side of things. But man, was it a great slasher. Then the second one came along. Did it have a groundbreaking story? No, but it had one, and it was already in a good direction. And again, a massive gore fest. A massive slasher of peak performance. Couldn't ask for more. Especially coming from a person who has been feeling that the slasher films have been lacking over the years. So to see this and to get this was an amazing, amazing feat. How could they outdo Terrifier 2? How could you? What could they do to possibly go any further? And then we get Terrifier 3. Oh my God. Right from the get-go, guys. Right from the get-go. Mind you, if you don't want spoilers, I should have said this earlier. Mind you, this is spoilers. If you just want our scores, go over to the short form platforms. Get the shallow cuts cut. Okay, we were going to release shallow cut, but they're like, 60-second videos saying, hey, this is how I felt about the movie. Here's the scores. You want to know more, go watch deep cuts. Okay, so go watch that if you don't want spoilers. If you haven't seen it, then go watch that. And then watch the movie. And then come back to this. And start right here, because now we're going to get into spoiler territory. Okay? Right from the get-go, guys. Right from the get-go, we get kills. Didn't waste no time. No time. Kids, by that matter. Now, mind you, this is not the first time that David Leone has killed kids in his movies. No. It is not the first time. Actually, in All Hallows Eve, that happened as well. But you weren't expecting. I wasn't. I was not expecting it. We live in a time now where you don't see shit like that. Violence is very toned down. And don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting violence. But if you're watching a fucking slasher film, it's got to be fucking edgy. That's the whole point, right? This starts right off. Kids dying. Gore right off the bat. Didn't even get, what? Not even 10 minutes into the movie and we're already fucking dealing with massive amounts of gore. And the kill scenes were off the hook. No fucks were given. In the first film, we got the split scene. Shit getting split. Wow, how could you outdo that? Second film, we got the bedroom scene and we got the guy getting his shit cut off. Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's way more. I'm just, my opinion, I'm pulling out the heavy hitters, okay? This film, oh my God, there's so many to pick from. I know everybody's favorite is the end scene with the rats. Wow, that one's great. That one's great. Mine was definitely the shower teen scene. Because, oh my fucking God, the amount of violence in that whole fucking scene. That scene was so psychologically deep, especially when he looked into the chick's eyes just because of what she said. That whole scene was just fucked. And I don't know how more people don't talk about that scene, because that scene is way worse than the rat scene. But hey, everybody's got their limits, right? I'm pretty sure there were other parts in the film that probably people just couldn't deal with it. So, did this film provide an even more edgier take on the Terrifier series? Absolutely. Not disappointed at all. I went to the movies to see this on opening week. Not disappointed at all. Not disappointed. I actually got to watch people walk out of this film just because they couldn't take it. I laughed my ass off. Film was amazing, worth the money spent to go see it. And then renting it again afterwards, when it just released not so long ago, just to be able to watch it again so I can do this. Totally worth it. Seen the movie twice now. Okay? Seen it twice now. And do not regret it. Would most likely watch it again. This is the type of movie that if a friend of mine hasn't seen it and he said, oh man, I haven't seen that movie. Hey man, you want to watch it with me? Yes. Let's go watch it again. I will watch this movie multiple times. Art the Clown, and I've said this on other things before, Art the Clown is the slasher icon, if you want to call him, or the slasher character that we've been needing for so long. We haven't had the slashers since the Freddys and the Jasons and the Michael Myers. Most of them are all gone now. You don't really get good Michael Myers movies or good Jason movies, and we don't even get Freddy anymore, which is a damn shame. And you know, Chucky and all that, Chucky's not even Chucky anymore. So the shitty thing is we haven't had a good slasher. I mean, we've had so many slasher movies over the last 10, 15 years, and they've all fallen shallow. But then we get Art, and Art's progressively growing. And I hope, and this franchise is growing. This franchise's story is getting so deep. It's getting so deep that I want to see where this is going to go. I'm invested. Is it a groundbreaking story? No. But the story is getting deep. The story is getting there. And everything's starting to wrap together. Again, is it groundbreaking of when the story? No. But where it started to where it is now, it is a just amazing upgrade. I applaud the balls that it takes to make this film. The budget's gradually increasing. The actors are gradually getting better. The casting is getting even larger. Some good, some bad, but still progress. This is the film that we've needed in the slasher franchise for a long time. 3 films in now. Terrifier 1. Again, we're not counting the other films. We're only talking Terrifier, and we're only talking the full-length film. So we're not even talking the Terrifier short film, where all of it pretty much where the Terrifier franchise kind of spawned into. Okay, we're not even talking about that. We're just talking about the 3 major film releases. 3 films in, and all 3 progressively better than the last. The first one was a major step up from All Hallows Eve and its predecessor. Terrifier 2 was a step up from Terrifier 1. Terrifier 3 is a step up from all of them. It is very rare that you continuously make a franchise and keep going upwards. Is it going to last? God, I hope for a long time. But no, it probably won't forever. Eventually they will start to get stale. That's just the way these things work. But I hope we get Freddy level movies. I hope we get Jason and Michael Myers level movies where we get 10 of these motherfuckers. I'm all for it. You know what? Eventually, you want to send Art the Clown into space? Fuck it. Let's do that. We haven't done that in ages. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but you know what? If it sticks to the same level of what we're getting now, and that I'm on board. I'm invested. Let's do it. Let's do this, guys. All right. I am ecstatically happy. The cast is doing great. Everybody's doing a great job. And I can't praise this movie enough. We've given this movie praise. We've given this franchise praise multiple times. on the podcast and other mediums. And now I sit here and I get to talk to you about Terrifier 3. And I'm not disappointed. The kill scenes were on point. Like, you can't, and the deepness of the story, we're going to go to hell with this. There's going to be more characters. Art the Clown, while he is yes, the major character, and they should never deviate from Art being the major character of this franchise. Never deviate from that. But I believe that more characters are going to get introduced, and the story is going to get even more saturated. I think there's going to be a much more character arc with other beings that maybe are even controlling Art, or maybe Art's the big baddie. I don't think that's the case. I think Art's being controlled by something stronger. And then there's, of course, the light and dark story that's going on. It's getting deep, guys. All the questions that we had from Terrifier 2 were answered in this one, and now we have more questions. People died. People came. This movie is an amazing movie. You need to watch it. You need to watch it. I strongly recommend this movie. Okay? And I don't think I've gone as hard with horror movies as I will go with this franchise. Everything, again, is it blockbuster stellar acting? No. But it is good for the style of movie that this is. You don't get this kind of acting in slasher films. So applaud. Does it have a groundbreaking story? No. But compared to other slasher films, it's getting pretty goddamn good. And Art's performance, as always, is phenomenal. Okay? Is phenomenal. You can't go wrong. All right? The actor who plays him is amazing. Everybody in this film is amazing. I can't praise it any more than I already have. I wish I could have a guest on this show right now to talk about this film. This film is worthy of conversation, but it's fine. We'll sit here and we talk about it. So, the future going forward of this film. Is there a bright future for it? 100%. I can't wait to see where this film goes. I haven't been this ecstatic about a horror slasher franchise since Nightmare on Elm Street. All the Freddy movies. Even the Jason movies. The Chucky movies. Hell, even the goddamn Leprechaun movies. I all enjoyed all that. But we've been lacking in these movies for so long, and now we have a horror icon to fill the shoes of those greats. To put a new face on the Mount Rushmore of horror, to be Art the Clown. Fantastic. Totally worth the watch. Totally worth the money. And which we'll even get into the rentals of going into. Is this the horror movie for your Christmas goings? Your Christmas watching? Yes! 100%. I was worried we weren't going to have a good Christmas horror movie to talk about, but damn do we have a good Christmas horror movie to talk about. Go watch it if you're a horror fan and you're looking for a horror movie to watch this Christmas, or any time for that matter. This is the one. This is the one, guys. Make sure to watch it. I want to talk about some key points real quick before we get into the scoring. I'm going to make it quick because we did go a little longer than we anticipated because of the introductions. Probably won't be too much of that going forward. Just wanted to get it out of the way since it was the first episode. But I want to talk about some key points. I want to talk about the budget real quick, guys. Okay. The budget for this film. All right. Let me make sure I get it because, yeah. Okay, here we go. The budget for this film was $2 million. Step up from its predecessors, as Terrifier 1 had a budget of $250,000. And Terrifier 2 had a budget of $250,000, and Terrifier 1 only had a budget of $35,000. So these three movies alone haven't even hit $3 million on the budget, and still outdid most movies that have been done, especially this year. Okay, because man, this year's movies sucked. I mean, not a lot, but I mean regular, like some of the blockbuster movies. Shit, this one knocked them out of the water. Now, as far as the where is it? The world, the goddamn, the 18.3 million. 18.3 million worldwide box office off of a budget of $2 million. $2 million and made $18.3 million. This is a success and I'm happy. Please, guys, keep this steam up. Support this franchise because I want to see more. I want to keep going to the movies to see these films. I want to see all the fucking people get grossed out and walk out of the films because they just can't take it. Love it. Love it. Is the movie a little long? Yeah, this one's actually a minute shorter than the last film. Okay, the runtime is 2 hours and 17 minutes. From 2 was 2 hours and 18 minutes, but the first one was only an hour and 32 minutes. So is it a longer movie? Yeah, for a fucking slasher movie, it's actually quite long, but it's so worth it. The pacing was on point, the acting was on point, everything is good. Again, not a groundbreaking film. It is a slasher film. Don't expect some fucking Grammy award-winning film here. But for what it is, loved it. Loved it. So worth it, guys. So worth it. I want to get into the scoring so we can actually get out of here, guys. So we're going to talk about that real quick. Again, the times will vary for this because I had to get all that stuff out of the beginning. It's first show, have to get it out of the way. And I'm pretty sure my pacing will get a little faster. I'm getting back into it. But with that said, let's get into the scoring. I want to talk the categories that we're talking. We're talking story, acting, pacing, gore score, production. And then we're going to give our overall score. The way it works is we have a 1 to 5 scoring system in between, if necessary, pile and seal in effect. And then we will give our overall score. We will give that at the end. That is 1 through 10, and pile and seal are in effect. So with that said, let's give our first score. The first one is on the story, guys. And I gave the story for this film a 4. I gave it a 4, guys. I think that's pretty good for this film. Again, is it groundbreaking? No. And I'm giving it a 4 because of the progression, because it's constantly growing. It's getting better. And I can't wait to see where the story goes from here. So I gave it a 4. I think it's so worthy of it. And I hope on the next one I give the story a 5. I don't remember what I gave the stories in the last 2 as far as score-wise goes. Maybe I gave them more, maybe I gave them less. I'm not 100% sure. We will revisit them eventually, and I will give them a new score on this show. But for now, Terrifier 3, score 4 for the story. Now let's get into the acting, okay? I want to give this a 4 for the acting, guys. I give it a 4. And the reason why I give it a 4 is the acting through this film is not always great. Chris Jericho alone, very disappointing cameo, by the way. I was actually kind of cool because at the end of the second one, he had his cameo. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's going to be in 3. Hopefully has a bigger role. No, not really. Very short role. And the acting, God, I think he had the worst acting in the film. I know he was only in there for about maybe 6 minutes. Maybe, if I might be being modest, I might be being generous with that. But his time in the film was poor. And I was very disappointed in that. We could have taken him out. Now, his kill scene was great. I'm not going to take that away. But his acting was absolutely horrendous in that. And for a person like him who's been on stage and should be better at that, especially being an actor and having to technically act, should have been better. So yeah, but the reason I give this film a 4, the sole reason, is everybody else's acting was good. There was bad actresses and actors in this film, yes. If it wasn't for art and the acting that goes into art, I would not give this a 4. I'd probably give it more of a 3 or a 3.5 without art. But with art, it gets a 4. I want to give it more, but the film's acting did suffer in some ways, or I would have given it longer. But I give it a 4 because of, as always, art delivered in the acting. If you can sell me a character without ever whispering a single word, doing complete pantomime, which is the hardest form, I think, of acting, because you have to basically act with your emotions in your body. You can't say a word. So Completely good. And that's the reason I give it a 4. Without art, probably wouldn't give it a 4. Now moving on to the pacing. I gave the pacing of this film a 4.5. I thought the pacing of this film was actually better than definitely better than the first one. The first one didn't really have good pacing. The first one was kind of just like a gore fest, which is not bad, but if we're talking how it was paced in the story and so forth and character development, this was definitely good. 4.5. I think we're getting into territory of development, and I'm grateful for it. So 4.5 for that. I'm looking forward to how much more we can give this franchise. Pacing, he's getting better with it. So yes, 4.5 on that. Now let's get into the big boys of the scoring. Let's get into the gore score. And you cannot be surprised about what I'm going to give the gore score of this one. I'm giving the gore score a seal. It gets a seal, guys. It's getting it. I don't care. You fucking fight me, all right? I don't care. This is getting a seal because it did a splendiferous job at the gore. There were parts where I had to go, ooh, damn. Ooh, damn. That's what did it to me in the second one. Even the first one did it. It is very rare that I'll go, ooh, or I'll go, oh, damn, really? They just did that? It's very rare that I do that. I am so desensitized with shit. This film does that. Fucking seal across the board. Gory upon gory. And it's not just senseless, by the way. It's not just gore for the sake of gore. While, yes, this is a gore fest, it makes sense for this film. And they outdo their kids. It's not repetitive shit. It's not like, oh, I seen that in the last film. No. They find new ways. This is the murder fest. This is the murder fest film. This guy has done a crazy ass job of keeping the kills fresh in each film. I don't think any of the, I want to know how he's going to keep it going. Because I mean, damn, you got to be a sick son of a bitch to keep coming up with this crazy shit. And I'm here for it. So yes, the gore score gets an absolute seal. It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Now, let's go into the production. I'm giving the production of this film a 5. This is getting a 5, guys. And you watch it, you'll understand. Listen, I thought that the last few films were amazing for what they were for their budget. Okay? The first film did an amazing job with the little budget that it had. It was way beyond what you should have been able to do with that. You see people do more budget and do less than what Terrifier 1 did. Terrifier 2, same exact thing. Budget was not high. It was higher than the first one, but they still did an amazing job. This was the largest budget so far, and it felt great. For what the budget was, I've seen people make $2 million movies and still look like shit. And this film looked great. Everything, the production across the board, the graphics, the music, the audio, the soundtrack, everything. On point, on point. Loved it, loved it. Okay, so production gets a 5. Was there any wokeness to it? I didn't mention it, and there isn't. There haven't been any in any of these films. Hence the reason why I don't think we need to talk about it. We will only really talk about it when we need to. But now let's get into the final scoring before we have to say farewell. What do I give the overall of Terrifier 3? Well, guys, it can't be a complete surprise. I give this film a seal of approval. 100%. Watch this film. If you are a slasher fan and you like to see slasher shit, you cannot not watch Terrifier. Art the Clown is amazing. And we will eventually talk about all 5, if you want to consider 6 films. I don't really want to consider the one. It's a real short film, but fuck it, we'll say it anyway. We will talk all 6 if we have to at one point in time during this series, okay? We will talk about all of them. We're going to scatter them out. But I thought this film was great to start it back up, and I give it an absolute approval. Is it worth the rental? Yes, it's a little expensive right now, guys. It is on sale right now at the time of me making this video. It is on sale to buy for $19.99 and to rent for $9.99. But apparently, right now, the regular pricing for it is $24.99 for buy and $19.99 for rent. Okay, I'm sure those prices will go down. And I'm sure this film will be on Screambox because that is who really kind of works on this, so or works with them with it. So it will be on Screambox. So eventually you will see it on there. If you have Screambox, you'll probably see it. Or if you have Shudder or somewhere else, it'll most likely be on any one of those platforms. But if you're looking to rent it now for those prices, $9.99 is 100% worth it. $19.99 is a bit rough for a rental, but I'd probably still do it. But I'm a nut when it comes to that. Buying it, if you want to buy it, I don't really want to buy digital content. I like to buy physical content. So if I would spend $25 on a physical media, that would be one thing. Digital, that's a little steep, right? But again, I will say these prices will go down. If you are an enthusiast, I am not going to discourage you from buying or renting these films. Not in any way. If you are willing to pay the higher end price it is going right now, 100% worth the movie. The movie is great. You will not be disappointed. I think it's still in theaters as of discussing it right now. I think that's the reason why the prices are still high. As the movie makes its way out of theaters and is no longer watchable in that medium, I think the prices will go down. And then, of course, Screambox will have it. Either way, all mediums are worth seeing this movie. Go see it 100%. But with that said, guys, it is time for me to get the hell out of here because it is that time. Boom! I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like us being back. Like I said, we will at some point have guests on the show. I hope. I'm sure we will. Okay. I don't know which ones. We will label them in the titles. Which ones have guests and which ones don't. VC Lauren will join us at some point on one of the episodes on some movies. He'll be here. And like I said, if you want to be part of this, you can be too. If you want to discuss a movie with me, get in the email, get on the website, get on the social medias, get in the Discord. Let me know that you want to discuss a film with me and we can sit down and if we haven't discussed it already, we will discuss it with you. So get in on that, guys. Get on it. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with everything that we do on the channel and everywhere else. Very important. Make sure to get over to the website, HUELESSVISION.com. Everything, game nights, Grimm Tales, everything. It's all there. Merch, it's all there, guys. Check it out. But without that, I went a little longer tonight than I usually wanted to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's great to be back with Grimm Tales. And this is an ongoing series now, so look forward to more. But with that said, I'm going to get the hell out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, peeps.